Hello everyone, welcome to Peripheral Nerve Ultrasound Case Diaries. Today I am going to present a case of foot drop. Generally, when it comes to imaging of peripheral nerves, what comes to most of our minds is either an EMG NCV study or MRI, either to detect any discogenic cause of peripheral nerve pain or to image the particular portion of peripheral nerve. However, in the recent years, there have been tremendous advances in the field of ultrasound so that various peripheral nerves of upper and lower extremities can be very nicely imaged with the help of ultrasound. Ultrasound is an excellent cost effective imaging modality for peripheral nerves. Various peripheral nerve pathologies that can be diagnosed with ultrasound include traumatic nerve injuries, inflammatory neuropathies, infective, neoplastic, and compressive pathologies of peripheral nerves. Why ultrasound for peripheral nerves? Ultrasound is very cost effective and reliable imaging modality. However, low cost doesn't mean a compromise. Ultrasound in fact provides very high resolution images of peripheral nerves at a resolution that is higher than MRI. Ultrasound can trace the peripheral nerve along its entire course in one go and in very less time. Hence, it is very useful when the exact location of pathology is uncertain on clinical examination and EMG NCV. Ultrasound has higher sensitivity and equivalent specificity as compared to MRI. Detecting multifocal nerve lesions is much better and easier compared to MRI. Ultrasound also allows dynamic evaluation of peripheral nerves, for example, detecting snapping ulnar nerve syndrome. Plus, ultrasound has no contraindications. There is no need for sedation in claustrophobic patients or in pediatric patients and can be done in patients with metallic implants, cardiac pacemakers, certain cardiac valves, cochlear implants, etc., where MRI is contraindicated. Common conditions diagnosed with peripheral nerve ultrasound include traumatic nerve injuries and its grading, including neuropraxia, axontomasis, and neurontomasis. Post-traumatic as well as amputation neuroma can be very well diagnosed with ultrasound. Various entrapment neuropathies, including carpal tunnel syndrome, tarsal tunnel syndrome, cubital tunnel syndrome, meralgia parasitica, which is a condition characterized by sharp shooting pain along the lateral aspect of thigh caused by compression over lateral femoral cutaneous nerve. All these entrapment neuropathies and various other kinds of entrapment neuropathies can be very well diagnosed with ultrasound. Peripheral nerve palsies, including foot drop and its causes, ulnar, radial, and median nerve palsies and their causes, can also be diagnosed with ultrasound. Ultrasound is a good screening tool for diagnosing various hereditary neuropathies, as multiple peripheral nerves in all the limbs can be imaged simultaneously with the help of ultrasound. Various peripheral nerve sheath tumors, including schwannomas and neurofibromas, even if they are very tiny in size, sub-centimeter size, can be diagnosed with ultrasound. Ultrasound can also diagnose nerve compression caused by ganglion cyst, hematoma, surgical processes, vascular aneurysms, etc. Commonly scanned peripheral nerves on ultrasound include ulnar nerve, radial nerve, median nerve, anterior and posterior interosseous nerves, and digital nerves. Even the peripheral branches of radial, ulnar, and median nerves can be imaged with ultrasound. In lower limb, sciatic nerve, tibial nerve, common peroneal nerve, and lateral femoral cutaneous nerves are the most commonly scanned nerves. In axial skeleton, brachial plexus can be scanned with ultrasound to an extent. Also, dorsal scapular nerve and suprascapular nerve in sphenoglenoid notch can be scanned. Coming to our case was a young 30-year-old male who was a known case of pituitary adenoma with acromegaly. He had history of fractured left femur neck, which underwent non-union and for which he underwent total hip replacement about 1 year back. Now he presented with complaints of left foot drop since 15 to 20 days. As it was a case of foot drop, I started scanning common peroneal nerve right from its origin from the sciatic nerve. I also scanned a portion of lower portion of sciatic nerve in the posterior aspect of left thigh and then continued inferiorly. To my surprise, what I noticed was this is an axial ultrasound image which is showing a small, well circumscribed hypoechoic solid mass lesion which measure around 0.8 to 0.7 centimeters in the cross section, which was located within the left common peroneal nerve, immediately distal to its origin from the sciatic nerve in the roof of left popliteal fossa. The lesion was seen lying within the nerve with few normal nerve fascicles around it. So there was not much visible enlargement of the common peroneal nerve, and this lesion was comfortably sitting within the nerve. This is the image taken along the long axis of common peroneal nerve, which nicely demonstrates a small well-defined fusiform shaped soft tissue lesion within the left common peroneal nerve just after its origin from the sciatic nerve. Here we can nicely see normal common peroneal nerve and an elongated fusiform shaped soft tissue lesion comfortably sitting within the nerve without causing much of the nerve enlargement. So this is a schematic image of popliteal fossa and the location of the tumor within the common peroneal nerve a few centimeters distal to its origin from the sciatic nerve. Further along its course, common peroneal nerve showed normal morphology on ultrasound. Even the tibial nerve was normal in morphology and echo pattern throughout its course till the ankle. So to conclude, with the help of high resolution ultrasound, we could diagnose a very small peripheral nerve sheath tumor which was located within the nerve fascicles of left common peroneal nerve. Patient also had a very short history of foot drop since 15 to 20 days, and in such short duration of span, we could diagnose the lesion. Hence, ultrasound is a highly reliable and accurate imaging modality which can pick up and confidently diagnose peripheral nerve pathologies such as nerve sheath tumors at quite an early stage. If diagnosed early, there is good outcome and early recovery after surgical excision of the tumor. Ultrasound also gives complete morphological information about the tumor, including the tumor size, exact location within the nerve, and also the exact location along the course of the nerve, that is, where exactly the lesion is located, how many centimeters from the origin. It also gives the information about the vascularity of the lesion and also the relationship with the surrounding structures. Ultrasound also plays a screening role in detection and monitoring of peripheral nerve tumor burden in neurofibromatosis in children. Ultrasound can detect small peripheral nerve sheath tumors and subtle nerve injuries that are otherwise difficult to diagnose and predict clinically and with other imaging modalities. So, to summarize, high resolution MSK and peripheral nerve ultrasound is a very cost effective imaging modality which provides concrete diagnostic information, allows dynamic real time assessment. It has higher resolution than MRI. It can trace the entire nerve in one go, and that too in very short time. It can detect very small nerve sheath tumors, subtle nerve injuries, and it is a very patient friendly modality. Can be done in claustrophobic patients, pediatric patients, and patients with metallic implants, cardiac pacemakers, cochlear implants, cardiac valves, where the MRI is contraindicated. Hope this video has provided a sufficient insight on the role of ultrasound and the wealth of information it can provide in diagnosing various peripheral nerve pathologies and inspire us to make efficient use of this underutilized imaging modality in future. Thank you.